Okay, so let's get started. So we in this topic we're gonna learn about tuples or tuples. It depends on how do you pronunciate. So what is tuple? Tuple is one of the data type available in Python, and the other data types like sets, lists, strings, integers, dictionaries. So we all have covered understanding about this in our other videos. If you are coming to this video directly, then just and if you want to learn data types and other details, so you can just go to the description of this video and you will find all the related videos. Right. So coming back to tuple. So what is tuple? The question is. So it's a collection which is unordered and immutable, or better say, once assigned cannot be changed. So they are more of like sets, but they have a better advantage when we compare this with the sets, right? So immutability is the key USP of the tuple. So let's see with the help of example how this is being declared, how this is being used, and how you can play around it. Okay. So to declare, first thing is to declare a tuple. So I can say my t is equals to, and here we use parentheses. And inside this, I can assign any value, like let's say AB, AC, AD, something like that. And just use this print to see the output. We've already talked about type. So type is going to tell me what kind of data type you're going to play with. So it's a class tuple. So let's justify the definition. It's unchangeable and ordered, right? So if I say unchangeable, that means if I try to change any value, then that we cannot change that value. So let's say, for example, we want to change the first index value. So before that, let's understand it is we are also saying that it is order, which means it is indexable. That means I can fetch the value from any location based on the index value, right? So index, for example, 0, AB is at the 0th index, AC is at first index, AD is at the second index. So to get that, I can simply use print, and I write name of the tuple, and then I write 0. This proves that yes, this is ordered. Print my t minus 1. This is ordered. Now, if I want to change the value, so if I say my t of a, my t of 0 is equal to, let's say, ae, I want to add this, and then try printing the tuple. It says error. And error is it does not support item assignment, or we can say item replacement. Okay, so I tried replacing it, that is not possible. So that proves the second part of the statement, that is unchangeable, that is immutable, once assigned cannot be replaced. I also say that it can carry duplicate entries. So if I say my t dot id, so there are two things that I'll talk about. Let's say uh, mighty. I have a dictionary, people call mighty one is equals to, and AB, AB, AC, AD. If I print mighty one, this is different. Then, okay, first let me get rid with the error. So I will just comment this assignment for you to refer later. But you see that this is supporting the duplicate entry. And why I'm pressing on the duplicate entry, because in sets it is that the duplicate entries are not allowed over there, and they are unordered also. Okay, so these are the two important difference between sets and tuple. So this is a comparison, you can say. Now with this ab, or replicated entry, or maybe let's say I say empty is equals to some random 1 2 3 1 2 2 3 4 5 8 8 8 five, four, one, two. Some data set is there in which you want to count uh, the the count of, let's say, letter or literal letter number one is. I can simply write my t empty, sorry, because that's the name of my tuple, dot count of what. And if I print that, I will say that one is occurring how many times? One is occurring five times. That is the advantage that you can have. Another thing that you can fetch from here is the index of first occurrence of the pattern that you want to know. So for example, I want to know the index value of 8. I will just pass 8 and simply print a beautiful message, and I can write uh, the index of number 8 is something. So it will just give you it is at the ninth index. So this is how we justify the definition. So this can be ordered. This can be, you can count the index. This is immutable. And see, if it is like a list and this can be indexed, then do we have the possibility to add something in the list in the tuple once it is being declared? So let's say if I use push or append, that was, and I want to append a letter 8 at the end of this. So does this support? It does not have an attribute append. So this is where it is also different from the list. These append pop, for example, pop feature is also not supported with this release, at least at the 3.9. Let's see what happened to the pop. First, let me get rid with this error because my interpreter is stopping at this point, and see for the pop also it is saying that it is not supported, right? So this is pretty much about tuples. So we can have maybe this can be used for some password information keeping, or some record constant keeping throughout the program, where we know that these values cannot be changed. We can read with the help of index but cannot change them. Okay. Okay, I hope I am able to make some sense here. Now let's take one example of tuples in list. One short example, which I was just thinking. So tuples in list. So for example, list, I am declaring first list my L, which is having, let's say, 1, 2, and then a tuple 4, 5, 6, and then certain values, let's say 7, 8, and 9. If I print my L, I think we can understand this is a nested list which is having a tuple inside it, and tuple is at one of the index position of the list. You should not confuse yourself that if I ask you, come on, let's first revise. What is the length of list my L? You want to take a pause, you want to think, go ahead and try. If not, if you've done, then you can just come back and say, okay, let me just see. Length L is what? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? This thing in the bracket is the one set, or the set, or not that set, I'm saying set, that is called as tuple. And tuple, if I want to print the index value, I want to print this tuple, I should know that it is at the 0 for second index. So then I will get to see that tuple is being printed. And this tuple, if you want to verify this, then you can simply, this is a class tuple. Now, if you, I hope you are able to make some sense. So this will happen when you are getting a list in which you want to you might have certain similar combinations. So maybe list can be of this type, which looks like a normal list, but it is not a list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is this actually? What is this actually? This is a list with having 3 entries, and all 3 entries are tuple in nature. Now, let's say if you want to, anyways, modify the tuple, which is technically not possible, but because it can be an interview question or it can be a need sometimes, then you can use typecasting for this, right? So let's do that. Maybe I'll take an heading, uh, updating a tuple, which is not possible technically, but you can do that by using a typecast mechanism. So, for example, I will take this only, our original tuple, and if I just print it, you know that it's this. And if I use vanilla way of modifying it, it will give you an error that we have already seen just few seconds before. And if I run this, I will get an error. They are not supporting item assignment. What you can do is you can take another variable, let's say y, and you can convert this to a list by using a typecast mechanism, and then you can print y, and get rid of this. You will see that this is being transformed from tuple to list, and list supports mutability. So you can write y of 0 equals to t. Let's say I want to make this as AE, okay, and print y. What happened? List AE y of 0. Okay, sorry. So this is something index, right? So if this interpreter is getting annoyed, you cannot put indexes in the single quote. Now you see the difference. And once you're done with these changes, you can very well go back and convert this back to a tuple. So what you can do is you can reassign your string, your tuple initial variable, and typecast it by typecasting an integer y to a tuple. And then you can print a very beautiful message, modified modified tuple is okay. So this is the magic, right? So somebody is asking you for sake of testing your knowledge, you can just tell them. But yes, it was made with a purpose. You want to use it in your program, and you want to ensure that few values are not getting changed. That's why this tuple was introduced. Okay. So, but yes, that is a trick around. Now, next is unpacking. Very interesting, special thing that Python gives. Unpacking. What is unpacking? So, for example, I have a list myl which is uh, carrying certain prices, let's say 100, 200, 300, and I am giving some sensible name, let's say product price. Okay, now here I'm taking three products, three different prices. I only know the prices. I want to unpack it to uh, let's say different name. So how can this be done? So I can just do it this way. Let's say phone, TV, uh, and other gadget. Let's say pen, and I use the reverse mapping. And if I print this, then I will see that we have certain things. So if I just try to print phone, it will give an error. It says, first of all, cannot assign to a literal. So it's a string, right? You are assigning, you're unpacking it. So you just do not have to put this in single quote. Number one thing that you should remember. And if I print this single quote form, then again you understand this is a variable. This is a string. This is not a variable. So I can just print phone, and if I run this, I'll get the value of the phone which was earlier in the tuple, and I just reassigned it to the phone. Now, some catch here. If you copy this part, add one more value, let's say 400, is for the fourth product, and you're unpacking it into the three product only, then you might get a certain different type of error which says too many values to unpack. So unpacking should happen equally in the same manner. If you have three in the initial tuple, then it will be unpacked into three different variables. And remember, these are the variables. Remember the mistake that we have just done before this. Okay. Yes, there is a trick. And trick is, let's say if you have this uneven distribution and you're already aware of that, then you can use star to store all the remaining values in the last variable. So if I, in this only, if I run this, I will have no error. And if I print, let's say phone is already being printed, I print phone and I print pen. You'll see that the remaining values after the equal assignment is getting printed with in the pen variable name. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, now let's talk about few more things. Let's, for example, if I want to join two tuples, so I am already using two tuple thing. Okay, let me copy. Okay, let me create it quickly. My t is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have my t1 is equals to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I want to join them, my t is equals to my tuple, let's say, is equals to my t plus my t1. I will print this my tuple. You will see that this is getting joined. Repetitions are allowed and they are getting as one. Now you can also do multiplication. For example, if I write print my t1 multiplied by 2, you will see that every value is being multiplied equally. No, this is not the case in this. This is a little different. What happened? No, 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 no. Okay, yeah, I understand. So see, mighty one, I'm multiplying this mighty one with the two. Ideally, so it what it does is just replicated the entry. That's what we wanted. So if I mark this with 20, you will see it will replicate this whole set of tuple 20 times, right? So I wanted to earlier I wanted to write my tuple and see. This is how you can replicate it multiple of times. There may be use case, but yes, that is a feature that this tuples in Python support. Okay, so I think we did understood what are tuples, what are their definitions, how are they being used, what is their unique USP, how you can modify it if anyways you want to do it, and how are they better than sets, how are they better than tuple, and maybe how are they not tuple, how are they better than lists and all. So guys, this is one of the data types that we have been learning in the whole series, and I hope you're able to make some sense. If you like this video, please like it. Uh, put that the like button, click the like button and share it. Subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed it. There are other videos also which are uh, related to this. If you want any specific video on any topic in the data type or in the Python, just let me know. I am trying to create the complete Python end-to-end series, which is more of custom, so that people who want to learn can learn, because it's an open source and an open source has to be free. Okay, so let's just put your comments in the comment box, right? Okay, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.